What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Rock Top Collectibles. Today we have another PSA bulk return. It's actually like 3, maybe 4 bulk returns that we're going to be opening on channel, so we're going to be moving pretty quick through it. One of those guys that likes to move quick through these. I don't like hiding grades or flipping them over and letting you guys guess the grades, because hey, at the end of the day, you're probably here just to see what it is. Maybe kind of see how bulk returns are coming back from PSA right now, so you guys can kind of plan the ones that you guys might still have. So this is actually a part 2. Part 1, though, I kind of messed up while editing, so you guys get part 2. So the reason I'm showing you guys a Blue Eyes, though, is we'll kind of talk about it later. So basically, I got a large amount of bulk cards from PSA recently, or actually over the last few months, but haven't really done anything with them. They've kind of just been sitting in the box, and I figured it was probably now is about time to start taking stuff out and going. But just for the Blue Eyes, though, so there's some Yu-Gi-Oh! In this. As you guys can see, it's like 99% Pokemon. For those of you guys might be watching this and be like, well, I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan, but hey. So start out with a beautiful Trihorn, which the only reason I'm pausing, like I said, I like to move quick, is some of these I really don't know why. So you'll see it too. Why these ones actually got low grades. I don't know. It's one of those things right now. We'll go through them pretty quick. 8. There's a lot of inconsistency right now at PSA. Or I think at least. There's a 10. But hey, either that's greater or maybe they're just grading harder. Which could be the thing, which I'm not opposed to. I do think, you'll see a lot of PSA 10s. That you'll look at, and probably not PSA 10s. There's a lot that you're like, these are dead. I mean, you probably pushing 8s on some of them, and then sometimes you'll get back like a 7 or 8, and you're like, well, I really thought this card had a shot at a 10. So back in, this was, I want to say, like, golly, when did I send these off? December of 2020. Got a ton of these sealed. I'm a huge promo guy. For you guys that don't know, I got these. I think these were like $6 a piece, which I don't even know what they're going for now. So I went through them all. The ones I thought had a shot at 10. I sent off to get graded because I still needed a Pikachu. I think I sent off some Dragonites too. I don't know where those are at. I don't think I got a 10 on any of those. But I am glad I got a couple 10s on these. I think right now these are at like 200 a piece. They usually grade pretty well, which, I mean, as you guys could see, they did grade pretty well. Let's see, so this one's got 2 left in it. Oh, got 2 more. 2 more LOB cards, which I was really hoping at least one of those would get a 10. Like, really, that Trihorn, I was dead dead set that all of those would get 10s. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent, back then it was $10 to get graded. Wouldn't have sent them in. Really don't know what to do with an 8, man-eater bug, but whatever. Alright. So I did send off a ton, so I had so much, back then I was opening up a lot of trainer decks. Oh, shoot, what was this? This is over a year ago. Trying to get a lot of 10s to complete, the Shadowless 10 set, but also because they sell really well. And some of these, like, yeah, this is definitely a 9. Like, I don't know if you guys could see at the top. But definitely a 9 on that. So that's consistent. But, usually these grade pretty well. Or pretty high. So like I said, this is probably maybe like 4 bulk lots total. And this also in bulk lots you could send. I think they had switched already to 20 cards at the time. So I was trying to send off anywhere from like 20 to 50 every few weeks. Which, worked out pretty well, especially now, because I've got, I don't know, like 600 PSA slabs that I've been working through. And just now, as of like a few days ago, started listing out. I got really busy with work for a long time. So kind of set all this aside, but as you guys can see, we're back up, fired back up, and on the old YouTube. We've basically just been doing moving sealed product. Just because the market for slabs was very inconsistent at the time. over the last few months, you guys all probably know. But I want to say it feels a little bit more stable now. I don't know how fast product is going to move for slabs, but it's a really cool card. See, I don't know if you guys can... It's a little dark. It's got a nick, and then some whitening and a little whitening. I probably wouldn't have given this a 9, but, you know, obviously we'll take a 9. And then this one... Wow. See, this, to me... I need to get a little bit better light. Let me see if I can angle this. The other problem is you got to worry about glare with PSA cards, so I try to keep it a little bit dark. But yeah, this one's actually really clean. I would have said this would I would have given this probably a 9, but not a 6, and that's when we fall under, you know, like grading standards. Like these cards are actually like probably identical, but like consistency. You know, we can keep pounding it all day, and that's what we need. We've got another Ancient Mew. I think I've already listed a 9 on Ancient Mew, which would be good. I can just easily go through and do a quick swap-o, add 2 on there. And then I had in the last video, there was a jungle, I had a PSA 8, no symbol, or Jolteon, which are really cool cards. They're not super rare, you can get them pretty cheap. Hopefully you guys like the speed. Feel free if, you know, you see something you want to pause on, you know, feel free to pause. Or, you know, a large amount of these, especially duplicates, will be listed anyway, so could always get a closer look on my eBay. I'm gonna have to start removing some of these slabs. So this was an 8, which, why was this? See that? Actually, no, I could see it. I don't see an 8, but I do. Like it's like really off-centered. Like you guys can see it. Charizard. So most of the stuff I was sending off at the time was definitely, you know, vintage, but I was also opening so much modern at the time too on the channel. So, you know, you have to send it all. You gotta get this stuff graded. Like now it would definitely be like I don't know what I would all send off in a bulk lot if PSA had opened bulk. So lots of 10s. I need a Charizard, one of these 10 promos to keep. So I'm glad I got some of those. But if they're going to get harder grading, it'll be interesting to see if people still stay with PSA, especially with, you know, the $20 increase. And then this Umbreon, I remember I pulled this and it was clean. Like for a 7, like, so there's, you guys probably can't see it. There's no edge whitening, there's no corners. It's a little off center, but I would say, there's no black on it from the thing. I would say definitely at least a 9. Not a 7, for sure. But hey, whatever. They give me a ton of... Whoever graded was that, they still gave a ton of Charizard GXs, which I don't know what those go for. Maybe... I bet they're like 40, 50 bucks. They're probably pretty cheap. Oh. You'll get to see why I have this out here. Why I have that Blue Eyes. So the Blue Eyes was in the last video. I'm just going to skip to it just because I want to see. So this is one of the only cards I've not had graded. Alright, so you can see how I do it. So they said it was a factory misprint, which when I sent this off, let me just stick that label on there. When I sent it off, I was like, man, it is kind of dark. Because if you look at it, so this got a 9. They're both beautiful cards, but it's a little darker. And so I, you know, dug into it. I don't know if you guys can actually tell how much of a different the Blue Eyes is in color. They're kind of similar, but this one obviously is darker. But man, this thing is, it's not a 10. Actually, I think they might have nicked it, or I can't tell. Yeah. Oh well. But I guess there's in the early variants, especially for like a European variant, there's a darker version, which this is a darker version. I wouldn't consider it a misprint, just considered a alternate printing. So they didn't grade it, but they didn't charge me for it. So that's cool. Let me stick this back in here and get it off the screen for you guys. So we've got another Blue Eyes back. Gonna definitely have to move some of these slabs. Look at this guy, he's beautiful. There is a couple print lines on it. So we're actually starting to get a little bit better stuff. Look at that. I mean, back then at the time, like, this was, it's got a huge print line and one thing. These were all like super cheap when I was buying these. You know, this was like right before, or it might have been right during the explosion. You know, I was really trying to dive into first edition holos just because you can't really beat them. This guy got a 7. I don't even remember. Oh, this thing is awful. Woo! That's one of those things with early print, or with like evolutions, or just like Sun and Moon, or XY in general. They were just so bad. So bad. That's why, like, the Charizards, people are like, well, you know, why are there not more 10s for XY evolutions? It's because they're straight trash. But they've done a lot better. Definitely done a lot better. Still have a decent amount. So we're steamrolling though. I do think it. Come on now, Lord. I do think it's crazy. You see some people open stuff on open PSA, or just graded stuff in general on channel. Like, they'll do like a bulk lot, and you're looking like 40 minutes. Like, ain't we got no 40 minutes? I ain't trying to look at graded cards for that long. Also, I'm not trying to make a video that long. Like, shoot, that's a long time to sit here and talk to you guys. I run out of stuff to say. Alright, come on now. The thing about PSA is, like, you love and you hate how they do stuff. Like when you're talking about, like, their packaging. I don't think you can complain about good packaging. Alright, let's get a couple of these open so we can... Oh, there's a card in this, as you can tell from the side, that I'm really curious to see. And I'll talk about it in a minute. So I've looked at all these grades just because, like I said, they've been sitting here. Some of this stuff has been sitting here since August. And, you know, today is December 9th. And we're just now opening. Did I misplace one? Oh, no, it's on the ground. Alright, so let's just go ahead and front load the Vileplume. So for these, I opened up, it was on the channel, it's one of the earlier videos. I opened up Southern Islands and looked at it, and this guy got a 4. I was like, these are, I physically pulled this out of a pack. Oh. Well, in case you guys want to know, it's like they had taped it and completely ripped it off. See, this is what kills me. We'll keep going. I'll probably just give that away just because it's more of like you can't really do anything with it. But so, you know, this is something me and some of my friends have been talking about, is upcharging. So they're big into upcharging people because, you know, so what they say is that it's, you know, for insurance purposes. So, you know, really it's just them taking some off the top is what I see. So they want to pay you or charge you more for insurance purposes. So say you have like $1,000 card, you know, and something happens to it, then they should pay you, and that's part of their insurance policy. But yet when they damage a card, which has happened a lot, like I've had one of my buddies, one of his recent cards it's like maybe they'd put it in the slab and it was like over and it had done a full indentation all the way down. Like, we're not going to send that to PSA. Come on, like, and so they don't tell you. You just get your card and you're like, how did it get a 4? And you're like, oh, lucky me, the people that you pay these charges for and you pay them for their service, you know, damage your card and then just let you roll with it. So, not that, I mean, it's frustrating because Meryl as a 9, it would definitely not have gotten a 10. Just because of the print lines are all over it. But maybe like an 8. 9 on a, really good day. It's a 10. But it is what it is, though. That's, kind of what we roll with. So you can tell I was sending off a ton of, I'm going to need some space, guys. But I was sending off a bunch of stars. So the last video was almost, I would say probably like half of it. Not, maybe that. Yeah, about half of it was shadowless. What's the best option for this? Really nice Ampharos. Because because I was, you know, killing Shadowless, but also at the time, look at this really nice, can you guys see it? Really nice swirl right there. Was pumping out starters too, because starters still go for great. Like, you can buy Charmander for 20 bucks, or not 20 bucks, $2, and then $3, get it graded, and you can still flip it. So it's like, you know, still an option. Oh, these guys, I gotta figure out what to do with these. I got the, I think I bought these off of Macari. I think they were 20 bucks. Yeah, definitely, I knew they weren't 10s at all, but they were super cheap for the pair, and there's almost, I don't think there's anything with the holos. I'll probably keep these just because I need to look up, I wonder what the pop report is on them. How did this one get a 6? Sorry, I'm going to pause on this for a moment just because I'm really curious. How, I don't see anything. I will set that in the trash pile. I got a bunch of these. See, like, I wouldn't have given, this one's got a lightning. I would have definitely not given this a 10. I'm not going to complain about getting a 10 at all because, you know, I'll keep one of these for myself and then send it off. But I remember getting a pack of these. It was like one of those, like, it was up and I just, you know, straight grabbed it, like, instantly. Because you got to snipe. You got to snipe deals, guys. If you ain't out there on eBay sniping, you ain't making money. And I think I bought the pack for like 60 bucks at the time, like well over a year ago. So this is an awesome card. Really lucky it got a 9. See, it like probably, I can't tell if there's any. There's a print line right here. This one, depending on who graded it, had a shot. Because you see some trash 10s roll through. Which stack did I roll through? Did I just finish all the stacks? Alright, let me move some of this out of the way real quick. But yeah, depending on who grades stuff, that could have gone either way. Which falls under, like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think that PSA like 10 holds or anything like that? And by that I mean, like, do you think they control population? What goes out? Because there's some cards like they'll throw 10s at for nothing, and then you'll see other cards and you're like, oh, this one looks pretty clean, but you know, we're not gonna give it a 10. Well, there's a 10. Speaking of which. Alright, beautiful Charmeleon. So if you can tell, we have, I don't remember even, some of these I just haven't looked at in so long that I don't remember what it has. Really nice Dratini for grade-wise, yep. And we're back through some more Shadowless. Like I said, I'm really glad before they bumped it out. These were all 10 bucks, like right when they were rumor milling the, the price increase. Like I started pumping Shadowless because I was like, this is the only time I'm not going to send off, you know, Machokes and, you know, Rat Boys over here to get graded for 20 bucks. It's not going to happen. And obviously we're almost a year later and they still haven't even opened it back up, which they, from what I'm hearing, you know, Ryan, you never know if what people say is true. The PSA doesn't plan on opening back bulk, and the lowest service they're looking at doing is the $50 route. So that would be interesting if that happens. All right, guys, we are close to finishing. We have 4 more boxes. I'm not sure what's in these. I still have 3 lots at PSA. One's in grading, one's in assembly, and then one is still in research and ID. And that one was, I sent that off in December of 2020, and they received it like end of March, and it's just still just hanging out. So that's all right. Venusaur. So that one's actually got a ton of it. I bought a bulk lot, and it had a ton. I didn't even realize it until I got it. Had a ton of Skyridge, like just, you know, comments and uncommons, like pack fresh. So those all went straight because I have no Skyridge in like my collection. So Dragonair 10, that one's going to be kept. So I really hope some of that comes back 10s just because I want to add it. So, I mean, you guys know You know, one of the lowest printed sets, last WotC set, and just the artwork's crazy good. You know, everybody wants to go for, you know, base set, which is really interesting, and I'm thinking about making, you know, like a video about this to go through like the analytics and pop report. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see, because that would take a lot of time to put together. But really, it's like everybody wants to go through, you know, base set, because this, like, okay, Charmander, like, is nostalgic. It really is. This is what we like, but also if you're looking at it from like an investment standpoint or a long-term hold standpoint, something like base set, you know, unlimited, like you're running into the ground for print-wise. Like, look at the pop report for base set unlimited. I want to say there's like 30,000 graded cards. Like, that's crazy. That's like a crazy amount. Shadowless has really low pop reports because it was an in-between set. And then you got like Skyridge and all those, like, super low. Super low pop reports. God, this is a mound. One of these will be a 10. I know that for sure. Which is good, because my, you know, I had a ton of Pikachus. So it's an 8. So the other video I had actually got 2 9s for Venusaurs, and I kept one because I don't have one. I'm going to keep this Charizard too, because I do not have, like, this. Come on, this is, I don't even want to keep this 7. It's just trash. But I don't have anything higher for, you know, sometimes I, you know, sell cards that you get and you're like, man, I probably should have held that, and you're like, yeah, you'll get more. And then a year later, like, well, I haven't had any more Yellow Cheeks or Red Cheeks PSA 10s come through. So I probably should have kept at least one of them. But especially if they up their grading scales. It's going to be, ooh, there we go. Look at these beauties. Got these off Macari for like, I want to say 30. It was like $30 for both of them. I don't know what these go for in 10s. I'd have to look. It's probably like a couple $100. So I'll definitely keep one of those and then get rid of the other one. Just because, hey, you got to keep the hobby going, and the only way to do that is by doing stuff like this. Unless you guys just have large amounts of money hanging out that you can just keep pumping into it. But I prefer to get the ones oh, this is a really cool Electrode. Really, I don't think there's many of these. I did look up the pop report on that, and it's super low. Dragonair was really hoping that would be a 10 too, but get it. Let me move these trash freaking, this Meryl promo. Alright, 2 boxes, and then we will be good. For those of you guys that are still hanging out, or, you know, usually when I'm watching these videos anyways, I usually speed them up. Like, I'll go like 2x because I'm just trying to look at grades just for when I watch people, but maybe you like what I'm talking about, maybe not. That's completely okay, guys. Let's move this Blue Eyes, which I will definitely be keeping. So I was saying, I was hoping to get a second one because it's a PSA 9 Blue Eyes from the, you know, starter deck Kaiba, still a really expensive card. I want to say they're like $500. A 10 obviously would be much more, but we get what we get. All right, these are the last ones. You guys are probably like, finally we're over this. Stop showing us PSA cards. But we are going to be opening up a lot more stuff on the channel. Not just Pokemon related, you know, because I like just about everything. Let me set some of this over here, actually, because these are for my buddies that I sent off for him last July. Like we're going to open up a lot more Pokemon, obviously. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Ball Super. I did get some white Schwartz to open up, too. Oh, this is non-hollow. So we'll definitely be doing that, just because it's actually pretty cool, and you know, we'll talk about it more on that channel. Speaking of a PSA 10 Yellow Cheeks, I definitely needed that. Crystal Guardians. So this is actually not what because I looked up this one the other day, and I couldn't remember which one I sent off, because there's a few different variants. But yeah, so we'll be opening that. I did get some Metazoo. You know, we'll see. Just trying to keep it fun, because it needs to be fun for, you know, for me as well. I like to change it up. And sports, obviously. because you cannot go wrong with sports. Oop, there's another tin. 10 Charizard. Okay, you guys can kind of see. So obviously at the time of this, that just shows how long ago these PSA lots were, because there's so much Hidden Fates in this, and this was a lower Hidden Fates amount. I don't even remember I think I bought this one. I don't think I've ever pulled an Umbreon from Hidden Fates, but definitely a set I would 100% keep buying. They can just keep printing it. I'll just keep buying it because it's my favorite set for a modern. All right, guys, we are ending on an Ampharos. Let me do one quick look. Nope, that's it, guys. So I hope you liked the video. There's a couple more PSA lots. Obviously, those are going to be really short videos because I'm going to film those as I get them in instead of one massive bulk lot like this. But I hope you guys liked it. Definitely subscribe, like the video. We're back into it. We're gonna keep opening and we're gonna keep moving forward with the channel. So hey, you guys take it easy out there, and hope to see you around.